week we're going to be doing a makeup look using the Zingara Super Shock Shadow Quad from Colourpop Cosmetics. This one is new, it's part of their fall line, and it's got some really nice beautiful warm tones in there. We've got like a really dark burgundy, a really nice orange shade, a really pretty mauvey sort of raspberry colour, and a nice golden pop of bright shimmery perfection. I put together this really pretty warm halo eye, and I used all 4 shadows from the quad, and I paired it with this really nice burgundy sort of berry lip. You can use pretty much any lipstick that you like, but I think it looks really good with a nice dark lip. If you'd like to see me do this makeup look on my sister, keep on watching. Let's get to the makeup. So we're going to start off priming the eyes with the MAC Paint Pot in the shade Lay and Low, and this one's just to provide some coverage before you start the eyeshadow. Set that in place with a neutral shade. I used the shade Wink from the Tartelette Tease palette, and you just pop that on there with a fluffy brush. Taking a fluffy blending brush, we're going to pop the shade Elixir on the inner and outer half of the lid, blending a little bit up into the crease to connect the 2 sides. Make sure you leave a little gap in the center that is free of color. On a slightly smaller blending brush, we're going to use the shade Paradox, and this one's going on the inner and outer half of the lid, just a little tiny bit lower than the last shade. For a little more definition, on a slightly smaller angled brush, we're going to take the shade Seeker and pop that a little bit on the inner and outer half of the lid. And then we're going to blend all of the colors together seamlessly using the same brush that we used for Elixir. For a pop of brightness in the center, we're going to be using the shade Jinxie on a flat brush, and you're going to apply that on there with packing motions. For the brows, we're going to be using the Colourpop Brow Color in the shade Bangin' Brunette, and this one's just going to line underneath the brow to fill in the tail, and whatever product is left on the brush, you just want to use at the front of the brow. To set that in place, I'm going to be using the 3 Concept Eyes Brow Mascara in the shade Brown, and we're just going to feather that through the front of the brows and down to the tail. Using the shade Jinxie from the quad, we're going to highlight the brow bone and inner corner. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Naked Weightless Foundation, and we're going to bounce this into the skin using a damp beauty blender. Using the LA Girl Pro Conceal under the eyes, we're going to take a micro mini beauty blender to blend that one out. Next up, we're going to be using the Face of Australia Translucent Setting Powder under the eyes. We're going to set those with a damp beauty blender, and then we're going to use a large powder brush to finish the rest of the face. For the lower lash line, we're going to start off using the shade Seeker on a pencil brush. And then we're going to blend a little bit more Paradox into that as well. And finally, we're going to blend out those 2 shades using the same brush that we used for Elixir. In the waterline, we're going to be using the NYX Multi-Purpose Iron Brow Pencil in the shade Black. For mascara today, I'm going to be using the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Mascara, and we're going to start on the bottom lash, then another coat on the top lash. Apply a pair of wispy lashes, and then another coat of mascara on the top lashes to fuse the natural and the false lashes together. For our liner, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Hyper Sharp Wing Liner pen, and we're just going to draw a thin line following the upper lash line just to hide any glue from the false lashes. To contour, I'm going to be using the Tarte Contour Palette using both contouring shades, and I'm going to mix these together to create a little bit of warmth underneath the cheekbones, on the forehead, along the jawline, and we're also going to do a little bit of contouring around the nose. For a blush, I'm going to be using the MAC Mineralized Blush in the shade Lovejoy, just for a little bit of warmth and glow on the apples of the cheeks and blending up towards the hairline. For our highlight, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Moondust palette, and we're going to be using the shade Pink Heart from the palette. We're going to highlight the tops of the cheekbones, along the bridge of the nose, a little bit on the forehead, the cupid's bow, and on the chin. For lips, we're going to start off using the MAC Night Moth Lip Liner pencil, and we're just going to use that to define and draw out the shape of the lips. And for the final touch, we're going to fill in those lips with the ColourPop Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade LAX. And there we have it, a warm, sultry, beautiful halo eye look. If you enjoyed this tutorial, hit the like button. For more videos in the future, subscribe. Stay excellent, and we'll see you next time.